Most men freeze when they see a woman they want to talk to. Your heart goes racing, your mind goes blank, and then you walk away kicking yourself. But here's the truth, it's not about the rejection. It's about what your brain thinks will happen. And today I'll show you why you feel this fear and exactly how to beat it, so you can talk to women without hesitation even if you've been shy your whole life. If you can talk with women in real life, you'll always feel dependent. On luck, on dating apps, on friends introducing you. But imagine this, you're walking down the street, or you are at a gym, or you are at a coffee shop, and you know you can create a connection anytime you want. And that feels like a weight lifted off your shoulders, that feels like a superpower. And the good news is, it's a skill set you can learn. I used to think there are guys who are naturally good with girls, the chads, and the guys who suck with it. But no, this can be learned and mastered. I'll be honest, years ago I was terrified to approach. I'd see a girl and I came up with a bunch of excuses. But one day I decided to finally push myself. I walked up to a girl, said hi. It wasn't perfect, but that single action felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. And that's when I realized that this is a skill. It's not some gift you're either born with or not. And your fear isn't random. Your brain evolved in tribes, and back then a rejection could mean exile. No food, no tribe, no chance to pass on your genes. And of course your heart starts racing when you think about approaching. Your brain is wired for survival, not happiness. And knowing that helps because it means nothing is wrong with you, you're just human. Your mind doesn't care about happiness. It cares only for your survival, even if that means sacrificing your happiness, your relationships, or your good emotions. It tries to protect you from any kind of danger, and that's something deeply rooted in your brain. It usually comes down to two fears: fear of rejection and fear of what other people think. And both are normal. And here's the kicker, rejection isn't the end of the world. And most people are too busy with their own life to care. They are scrolling on social media and stuck on derp mode. You can see this if you go and approach in public. They are looking for 2-3 seconds and they go back to what were they doing before. I had this fear before approaching, that people will look at me, will start pointing fingers, and they will start laughing. But even after I approached and got rejected, some dudes came at me and fist bumped me and saying, yeah, they respect that. Because they were too afraid to do it in the first place. And there is always a fear, like a mini fear, and it will never go away. And at least for me, it didn't. But the question is, are you going to let that fear run your life, or are you going to act anyway? You don't overcome fear in one jump. You beat it step by step. You need to progressively desensitize yourself to it. And for some people, talking to a stranger can be too much. For some people, making compliments to a stranger may be too much. The key is to find your balance, find your sweet spot when it feels a bit scary but is not overwhelming. You need to prove to your mind that you're not gonna die, that you're not in danger. Here's the exact process I give my clients. And depending where you are, the first step would be to start making eye contact with people on the street. The second step would be to say hi to those people. The next step would be to stop them and ask for time or for directions. And the next step would be to give them compliments and walk away. The next step to that would be to give them compliments and try to have a conversation for at least 30 seconds. The next step to that would be to extend this conversation to 2 minutes or more. And the next step would be to ask for her number at the end, and so on. Each step feels a little bit scary but not overwhelming. Imagine if you're scared saying hi to people on the street and I tell you, go and approach the group of 3 women over there. You're gonna shit your pants, I kid you not. The key is to pick a step you're comfortable with and repeat it for 10, 15, 20 times until it not feels so scary anymore. Do this consistently and your brain rewires. It creates a new neurological pathway. And what used to feel impossible, it now becomes normal. The biggest trap here is waiting for too long, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. And that's what I tell guys. Talk to the first person you see when you leave your house. It doesn't matter who. It can be the guy with cool shoes, the barista, the cab driver, the old lady. It doesn't matter who. But this builds momentum. And there are 2 kinds of momentum: taking action or avoiding action. And whichever one you practice, that one grows more. The final step is identity, and you don't just do approaches, you become the man who takes action, because momentum is huge and is very underrated. Imagine this, if you have to do 20 approaches in a week and you Do them all in one session versus doing them all spread out throughout the week. It's very different. It's like going to the gym. It's better to do them spread out throughout the week. You don't want to get along with 10 out of 10 women you approach. That's impossible. It means you're fake, you're people pleasing. That's not authentic. When you're authentic and you have standards, it's normal for maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 conversations to truly click. And that's the goal here. You don't want to get along with everyone. You need to find the women you really connect with. You don't need to approach women forever. This isn't about endless cold approaches. You just need to find that high quality relationship. And until you become the guy who takes actions, the fear will always hold you back. And yes, you'll still feel some fear, but once you start taking action, that fear no longer controls you. And you're doing this in business as well. You're taking actions, you're taking risks. Apply the same mindset to your dating life. And if you're serious about fixing this part of your life, I'm opening up a few free spots on my calendar for men who want personal help. Click the link in the description, book a call, and we'll break down your situation, and I'll give you a clear plan to attract high quality women without wasting time. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.